Hey guys, on today's vlog, we're going to be trying to make a sourdough starter. I found a 7-day starter video where you can make it in 7 days. We'll go through it together. I have actually tried this twice now and have failed. The first time I tried it, I did it 4 days in a row and it went perfectly. Like it was like bubbling, like fermenting. It was great. And then I went out of town. And when I came back, it got deaded. So I think that was my problem. The second time I tried to do it, I tried using my sister's like pre-made starter. And then that joker had like white mold on it after day 1 or day 2. And so I said, that's probably not a good sourdough starter and you shouldn't be using it anymore. But I have no clue. I just didn't feel comfortable using it. So we're gonna try again and see how it goes, and I'm just gonna bring you along for the 7 days. We're gonna see if it makes bread at the end of the day. So let's start with day 1. You're just gonna wanna get unbleached bread flour, and then you're gonna wanna do a 1-to-1 ratio. So whatever you decide, if you wanna do a half cup, full cup, I'm gonna do a full cup. So I'm just gonna grab a full cup. I'm gonna put a full cup of flour in, and then I'm going to put like less than a full cup of water in, just a little bit less so that you get like a pancake batter consistency. You don't want it too watery from what I experienced the very first time I tried this. Relatively fine, right? Less. I don't have a rubber band, but I have a hair tie, so I'm gonna put that right there and see if it rises. That's where it's kind of at. And then we're gonna put this over it. Day 1. It's day 2 of trying to make a sourdough starter. Let's see how she's looking today. This is what we got. Looks like there's bubbles in there. I don't know if you can kind of see. It looks pretty good. What we're gonna do next, discard half of it and then do the same process again. Add in a cup of flour, add in a cup of water, but we do need to discard half first. And we don't, I learned, we don't throw our discard in the sink because it could get clogged, is what I have heard. Let's grab our flour, put a cup of that in here. Let's go, go. About a cup of water. We're out with that. Put our lovely little thing on it. It's right here. And that's day 2. We're here with day 3 of trying to start a sourdough starter. And she rose. Let's look at her. She went all the way up to the top. She's mad bubbly. This is where it started. This is where it's currently at. It did hit all the way to the top and now it's coming back down. I think she's looking pretty good. I think we're doing good. So we're gonna do the same thing on day 3, which is the 1-to-1 ratio. Again, 1 cup flour, a little less than 1 cup water, thick pancake batter consistency. Put a lid over it. Oh, I forgot, you also have to discard half before you even start that. Discard half. Do it again for days 4 and 5. 6 and 7, we're just gonna do it, but we're gonna do it twice a day so that it really ferments. And so on that 8th day, we can bake bread is my hope. I've never gotten to the stage where I can bake bread. So we're gonna try it this time and I hope we can make it. Let's get into day 3. that's that thick consistency. We made it to day 4 of our sourdough starter, and she's not looking too bad. I think this time I feel a lot more at peace, and I think maybe it's just 3rd time's a charm, but it's looking pretty good from everything that I know, I guess. So it looked like, I watched it overnight and it looked like it rose just a little bit to about here, and then it's come back down. It looks like it's pretty hungry on the inside. Same process for today. We're gonna discard half and then do the 1-to-1 ratio. So again, I'm gonna continue to do 1 cup because that's what's worked for me, and that's the recipe that I'm just gonna follow until the 7 days is done. Let's go. Wow, this turned to water. That goes in the trash. Don't put it in the sink. I'm gonna put the water in first and see how that goes. Well, that's a good thing, because they can smell it the second he walks in. I must be doing something right. Day 4. Blow. All right, it's day 5 of making a sourdough starter, and she looks pretty good. I think I need to make it a little bit more thick than what I did yesterday because she didn't rise as much as I thought she would, but that's okay. She still looks good, and this is our last day. Day 5 is our last day of just doing 1 feeding a day, so I'm going to discard half, 1 cup of flour, a little less than 1 cup of water, stir it, and then tomorrow for day 6 and day 7, we will do 2 feedings a day. So last day to just do 1 feeding, and then we'll ramp it up. Here we go. This is what she's currently looking like. So not too bad, I don't think. We'll see if we can make her rise a little bit more. It's way too watery. I bought new spoons, and I bought this for when I actually make bread this time. I'm so excited to use them. Okay, let's hope and see if that does a little bit better. It is day 6 of trying to make a sourdough starter, and today we are doing a feeding twice. So this morning I already did a feeding, which is the same process, 1-to-1 ratio. We're just doing it twice. Don't ask me why. I'm literally just following a recipe I found on TikTok, and so I'm doing it in the morning and then I'm doing it again tonight. 1-to-1 ratio. And so far I've been checking on it and it's only risen slightly, but I'm hoping that it'll be ready to make bread by day 8, basically. 6 and 7, day 6 and 7, I do the feeding twice a day, and then day 8 is hopefully when I'm able to use the actual sourdough starter, and we'll see how well the bread looks. So let's get into our second feeding of the day. Morning. Today is the last day for our sourdough starter. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if she's doing very well. I have not gotten this far ever in the process, and right now she's not looking like the most bubbly that I thought she would be looking like. Like, I thought she'd be overflowing, kind of like how day 3 was, where it was a lot more bubbly. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It is still bubbling up and it is rising a little bit, but I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, or if it should be rising more before I use it tomorrow, which is my goal. My goal is to use it tomorrow, make bread for the first time, and see how the bread turns out. Obviously, if it's thick and not airy and fluffy, then I did something wrong with my starter. However, if it's fluffy and it looks right, then the starter is working fine. Now, this is my third attempt, so I feel like if I fail this one, I just need to get somebody else's starter and try and keep it alive as best as possible. But I can say I tried doing the entire full day. The entire full 7 days to make it. So I can say that I did try the entire process. So today, for day 7, we are doing the same thing as we did for day 6, which is discard half. We are going to do the 1-to-1 ratio where we're going to feed it, and then we're going to wait till tonight and do that whole process again for the second time. As you can tell, I have not made bread yet, and I mentioned it I think like maybe on day 8 or on day 9 that I'm pretty frustrated, but it's basically day 10 and this is what the sourdough starter looks like. It has gradually decreased. I honestly felt like it was going to work this time because day 3 and day 4 were so strong, but the second you hit day 5, it's like it went downhill, bro. So I failed for the 4th time trying to make sourdough starter. It is my goal to make sourdough bread this year, and I think maybe just the route that I'll take is I'll either just buy a pre-made sourdough starter or maybe take one off of my sister. But this is the end of this week's video. I really thought I was about to make some sourdough starter and let y'all know what was up, and I was a baker. That didn't happen, and I'm okay with it at this point. I'm like, this joker is hard. I don't know why they make it seem so easy. I keep saying that it could be like external things or the weather. So here's my plan. I'm just gonna keep feeding it as per usual. I'm gonna keep wasting flour as per usual, and I'm gonna see if anything happens. They say it takes up to a month, so maybe I'll give myself that much time. I'm just not gonna film any more of it because I don't think you guys wanna keep seeing me keep doing the same routine and nothing happening. It's just there, it's just staying there. So I hope eventually I'll be able to make a video of me making sourdough bread, but making a starter, it's not for the weak. Thanks for watching this week's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.